Hi, this is Kayla with We Got Food at Home 333 and Groovestones and Divine Dollface 111 on YouTube and both TikTok. I haven't really done a YouTube video in a while, so I figured why not. So I've been thinking a lot about being someone who is sustainable in like a metropolitan area, and things that I can share based on my experience with that. So even when I have like my own place, like in the burbs and stuff, like I only had like a balcony, really to work with as far as gardening went. And that was like my first real experience with like growing anything from like produce scraps. What I grew was some romaine lettuce and some green onions. The green onions are by far the easiest if you don't have a yard, because I was just able to like literally put the stem with the white bulb down in a glass of water and just let it do its thing. And then as you keep chopping off, typically you cook or garnish with like that green end. Sometimes if I'm looking for more flavor, I get some of that white part too. But, I would just kind of use like those pieces and then stick it back in the water and then it regrows. Then you don't have to necessarily worry about picking up green onion for your baked potatoes or whatever it is that you're making. Yeah, I feel like green onions are kind of like chives, but like a bigger version, I don't really know like the technical difference, but they kind of got that same flavor scheme going on. Now the romaine did not go so great because it was so warm outside, and romaine lettuce does not like heat. Lettuce like of that type does not like the like being too warm, and I learned that after a while because like it just was so bitter. It did not taste good. It's my boyfriend. But yeah, it was really bitter, and I did that in the summertime, and then recently I tried to regrow like some that I had. I don't think it was green leaf. It was definitely romaine. And like I think it didn't work out because like I literally peeled it, pruned it, used the bigger leaves, and then I just had like the little bulb part with the bottom on there. And I put it in the water, but that bottom was kind of like rotten a little bit. So it had like a little bit of like brown on it. And that kind of like made it not something that should be reproduced, I guess. Like it started out great, but then I think just like over time, like the lack of sun and it being by a cold, super cold windowsill, it just wasn't working out. So, romaine lettuce is really finicky. But that's okay. Whatever. Trial and error. I'm saying all that to say, self-sufficiency is really in gardening indoors and just, seeing what it is that you can do, by like just really making the most of your groceries and the things that you have, like I made like a jar of pickled onions, that I got just like steeping and chilling, and I'm really excited to put them on sandwiches and different things, like just little stuff in the kitchen. Cooking is not as much of a like cooking is trial and error. I'm gonna say that. It's extremely fun. It's something that I've been doing since I was little, even like before I was ever planning to feed anybody. I was just like making random stuff, and it was just cool, It's kind of an art form for me for sure. It's something I'm really passionate about, along with like, everything else that I love to do, photography. So that's why I still use Instagram so much and take so many pictures, because it's just like, my two loves combined. So, obviously I love spirituality and my cards and my crystals, but if I had to really sum up my hobbies down to two main things, it would be, cooking and photography. So, there's that. Um, you know, I did a reading recently, and I think that's why I wanted to come on here and talk about like being sustainable and being, self-reliant in this very interesting time that we're living through, is because, groceries are sky high, and we never really recovered from the pandemic. So we're dealing with a lot of things that are like unspoken, but if you are a feeler and you go outside, you can kind of tell, like, we're still in a little bit of a state of emergency. So, just really try and stretch what you can, visit your food pantries. And this is like, more of like an economic state of emergency where we really just need to be saving and conserving our funds and, really just, making the most of what we already have. Something that really troubles me is food waste, and there's so much of it. I saw a post about just how much it was on Threads on Instagram, just about like how much, Krispy Kreme's like throws away, and I was like, where you at though? Like, give me some. My inner fatty said that, but it's just like, like, there's too much hunger in the world for us to be wasting as much food as we're wasting. So, I think that could be something that we could resolve by maybe just really making use of everything that we have, and then maybe we can stop overproducing, so much. Mass production not only dwindles down the quality of things, but it causes waste. That's why, in my business endeavor, even though it's not, even though it was crystals at the time, it was just like, I'm very like one of a kind, made to order, no duplicates, like, and I'm only going to make things as I go. Like, there would be times when I would be like making pieces, while I'm sitting at a pop-up, just based off, oh, my table's getting empty, I need to now, replenish, and these are all factors that, really just kind of are important to consumerism. I'm also somebody who has worked in retail a majority of my youth, and so I know a thing or two about inventory and replenishment and things like that, and really getting to know your customer and getting to know your product so that you're not causing so much waste. And I think that, maybe that's something our food industry or, the FDA, whoever is in charge of, so much mass production of like fruits and veggies and, meat and, all these things can look at, because maybe these cows are pissed off because we're over slaughtering, and they're losing their babies and calves because people want to eat, baby stuff and like, baby pigs and stuff like that. So it's just like, there is a way to still be conscious, I think, and be a carnivore, and also, just be a consumer in general. And I think one way that we can do that is by being very aware of where we spend our money, what we spend our money on, and when we spend our money. So yeah, let me see, what else do I want to talk about? I'm gonna shamelessly self-promote myself again, because I don't really have much else to say. That was just my little Black History Month contribution, my food industry contribution again, my food page where I cook just different home meals with what I have, with what we have, is we got food at home 333 on Instagram. That's the handle. I'm somebody who's very used to cooking for, me and my kids, and I'm kind of mentally preparing to have to cook for about 5 kids and, my boo. So it's just like, wow, like and it's good. That's how I know, like, I'm feeling like really good, because like I'm back to doing the things that I love. Like, I even want to like start making cat food and stuff, because if you've seen like dog owners, they like spoil their animals. Like, they cook them home cooked meals and things like that. I want to do that for my cat. I really do, because I love him and he's the best. Me and my son are like, we can't lose him. All my kids really, like, we love our figs. So I do want to start cooking cat food and stuff. Shout out Rachel Ray. She's already handling that, but I want to see what I can do, But yeah, again, my food page where I experiment and make different meals and things is We Got Food at Home 333. My photography page on Instagram is I Pulled Over for This 5. My crystal and personal readings page is Groovestones with 2 S's at the end. And all of this is like kind of orange and white. And my main page, where you can just kind of see me being a silly goose and just me. I don't really post on there. I don't really have things to post right now or in general, because I'm just kind of focused on my other endeavors. But that page is God's Main Squeeze 333. And these are all Instagram pages. I'm only on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. So on TikTok and YouTube, my handle is the same. It is Divine Dollface 111. So yeah, I have a link tree. I need to like organize it. That has more of me. Oh, I'm totally forgetting. And then my hair page and my makeup page. So I have a page dedicated to like my creative stylings and things. I'm gonna start like dabbling more in my makeup too, because that's something else that I always used to love to do. So that page is A Fairy Styles, and that's on Instagram too. So yeah, I be doing hair and stuff and playing on my face and all types of stuff, other people's faces and other people's heads. So there's that. There is that. I don't think I really have much else to say. I just wanted to not neglect my YouTube page. So if you made it all the way through this 13-minute long video, thank you. And I'll see you.